Good morning. Hello. Where's the coffee? Why is it always gone? Let me grab a cup really quick. There we go. MT. MT. Let's see, who do we got here? Corey Deanimates, Clayton Plericus, PB Sculpt, Funka, Looney Lorna, Mr. Ike, Looper. Is anybody? Good morning, good morning. Hello, great streamer. You stream so really well. That's why I followed you. I do see you are not yet affiliated and partnered. I got a proposal for you. I will share your stream to a Kick community. For you to hit 1,500 followers with 700 viewers and earn nothing less than 1,000 per streaming. And enable your sub button. Add me on Discord if you're interested. Oh my goodness. That stuff just, it is humor to me at this point. So. I am partnered. What is he talking about? Seems pretty good to me. I do like 700 viewers. Hey, what's up, Greg? Good morning. Today's gonna be, are they cheap viewers too? Yeah, see, that's the question. What kind of viewer, what kind of quality viewer are we talking about here? I'm particularly interested in the non-GMO, organic, pasture-raised variety. You know, feeding off of nothing but the grass of the field, preferably. Cold pressed. Cold first pressed, okay? They get cold pressed, but also the first press, okay? Oh my goodness. Got posted again by another bot. Hello, great streamer. You stream so really well. Oh my god. This is why I followed you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the kind words. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be working on the Blue Dragon. We got a little bit of work to do on the bottom side here. I ordered our LED filament, which should be in here, hopefully. There it is. Our filament is here, so we can plug this in and see how that looks. Last week, if you remember. Here's our connector. Should probably make sure our voltage and stuff's matching up, but yeah, it should be good. I'm so not the last guy. I don't think so. I think it's a different bot. Same pitch, different bot. Hey, what's up, Farrell? How you doing? All right, let's get to it. Let's see here. So last week we had prepared the base for. Oh, there we go. Oh. It's a pretty nice feature, huh? A little lens closing action. Bye-bye. Whoop. And wake up. We prepared this by drilling holes in multiple directions here on both sides. We also cut out this piece of wood for the base of this, and then we kind of connected them together and then dremelled out this channel and you know, it fits back together pretty seamlessly. But we kind of sculpted in the valley of that channel. So now we need to sand this edge of this a little bit nicer, and then we need to paint this, and then we're gonna glue it. Then we're gonna epoxy glue it together. Yeah, that was a good talk. That was kind of a real spontaneous thing. Obviously, I was up till like 3 in the morning, and now I'm back up at 8. So, but no, it was good. I think it was really good. I very much enjoyed it. I was poking around right before bed like I normally do, and I went into Jason Fraley's channel because I hadn't seen him in forever. And now I know why. It's because he totally streams like opposite of me. He's a very talented sculptor that works kind of in the mainstream toy industry, making like the prototypes that get molded and casted and produced into like final toys and stuff. Traditionally too. And yeah, we're just talking shop about you know, the business side of art and just a lot of different things. Honestly, it was good. Very nice fellow to talk to. So okay, so there was a few people from our community there, but I totally stayed up till it was like 2:30 in the morning. Chatting away. Yeah, he does really nice work. I really feel like he's he just needs to get his own stuff going, you know, and really start getting himself out there and branching out, you know. He's definitely got the old imposter syndrome going on, you know. So I'm removing the Vaseline from the bottom here by using some alcohol. The seed has been planted with him, so it's only a matter of time. The idea is planted. He shall now grow and prosper. Yeah, he does really nice work. Are you trying to damage control right now, PB? What's going on here with this? But you do too. Hey, I have no problem with you complimenting and being a fan of other sculptors, okay? I promise it won't hurt me. In fact, yeah, I'm all about that, my friend. Don't worry. Oh no, PB is converted to the dark side. Phew, I'm out of here. Okay, let's see here. Do it. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool because he's coming from a completely different you know, and it is just like I said to you guys before, that every artist, sculpting or not, that is kind of doing their own thing that I've encountered, they all kind of got there in a different way. Let's see. Oops. You know, nobody really gets there in the same trajectory, you know. So his niche, it seems to be you find some sort of a niche, some sort of a and some sort of a specific thing that works, and then you're just kind of repeating it. That seems to be the way forward. But yeah, it's really cool to have that insight, because I totally became a sculptor in a very non-conventional way, and he did more on the you know, kind of like the working in a particular industry type of way, which is always interesting to hear. So here is our filament. This is our LED filament. This is going to go from the base of the dragon up into his mouth, or from the, you know, where the ship is up into his mouth. So I want to plug it in first and make sure everything's working. I have to probably look up which one's positive and which one's negative. You stay right there. Okay. Like I said, there's like one of these sides has a hole in it. Yeah, there's the one with the hull. I think let me bring up the Amazon page here. But it's so fun to talk to somebody like that, because it's so interesting that like no matter kind of which niche you find yourself in, there's so much similarity with like thought process and similar kinds of issues and stuff like that. Artists are definitely more connected than we think, you know. Let's see, orders. Let me pull up the page. What's up, Aaron? How you doing? Okay, right there. Okay, so this plug I have is 12 volt. Oh, okay. Good thing I didn't plug it in yet. The filament is 3 volt. All right, let's get a different plug here. We need a 3 volter, not a 12 volt. This is why we double check these things first. This one's a 12 volt too. I think I have 3 volts. Oh yeah, I actually just ordered one. Got one of my Evans Designs packages here. Got a question for you on behalf of a friend, if you don't mind. I don't mind, no. Was talking to him yesterday, and he was disappointed with his paint job on a sculpture and wanted to know how to strip the paint safely. I wasn't even sure, as I've never had to. Don't know if you had any advice he could use. So the only reason I think you should strip the paint from a sculpture is if you've caked on the paint so much that it's starting to eliminate details, which is, it's got to be a lot of paint for this to actually happen. Because here's the thing, you can just paint over the paint you've already put on. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if it was just base coated all over again, and you know, usually, especially if you're using like the types of paints I use, which are model paints, or you're thinning your paints with each coat. Even if you were to add like, 5 to 10 layers of paint, it's still going to be okay. You know what I mean? So I think it's just if there's a really specific reason the paint needs to be removed, because it's like affecting the textures and stuff. I guess you could use just go in carefully with acetone on like putting acetone on the end of like maybe a cotton ball or something, or even putting a little bit on and then scrubbing it with like a brush or something. But you have to be careful, because if it's a polymer clay sculpture, acetone will not only dissolve the paint, it will dissolve the clay, but it dissolves it very slowly. So that's why you just kind of inch your way through it. And you don't need to remove every bit of paint, every little nook and cranny. You just need to remove most of it, and then, just enough to kind of cut down the layers of paint, and then just start repainting. Yeah, and yeah, that's the thing, is the reality is if you don't remove the paint and you just keep layering on top of the work you're already doing, in my experience, it actually ends up helping the ultimate paint job in the end. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can use a less caustic solvent like alcohol, but it doesn't, when it's dried acrylic paint, it's not gonna move it's not gonna move easily, so I think it's better to use acetone, but just use it a little bit at a time, because it evaporates super quick. So it's not like you're gonna add too much and then it's like ruined. It doesn't melt cured polymer clay that quickly. You know what I mean? So, but if it's like really fine detail, it can lessen it or something, so. Yeah, I mean, well, sometimes if you go too dark from the beginning and then you try to dry brush to fix the problem, it never really goes away, because what you need to do is you need to start with a brighter color at the bottom, and then kind of just start fresh with that brighter base layer. And I think on the painting journey, you start to really discover, okay, when do I do a brighter base color and when do I do a darker base color? Because I think at the beginning, you almost like automatically think, I need a dark base color every time, and then I can just dry brush my way to victory every time. But that's not how it works for everything, every kind of look that you're going for. There's a lot of situations where having a brighter start and then using like washes and stuff to tone it down is better than doing a darker start and then trying to bring the lightness back into it, so. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've never had to strip paint either, and it's because, like I said, it shouldn't be necessary unless it's like you put on like thick, pasty artist acrylics and you laid it on really thick and accidentally let it dry or something like that, some sort of situation like that. But if that's not the case and they're just unhappy with the color and the way it's looking, you just need to just paint over it, just continue to layer on top. So yeah, I mean, and maybe this could be stemming from maybe the colors that they have don't cover very well, and that can make you think, oh, I need to remove the paint that's there because this paint doesn't cover very well. But that's just a quality of not very good paint. That has nothing to do with the process that you're doing, Because I used to use like artist acrylics back in the day, and that was always a common problem. Like anything that was yellow or certain colors would just like you'd paint on a layer and it wouldn't even, it like barely tinted a little bit, you know? And it's like, oh man, I'm gonna have to do like 300 layers to get this to be a solid yellow. And then I discovered, well, if I get a good white, then I can paint things that I want yellow white first, and then do that yellow, and it just tints the white yellow, you know. So, and then like, then I discovered or started using and discovered like miniature paints or Reaper miniatures, for example. But I think they're all of them are pretty good. But the Reaper miniatures is the one I use, and they like you can paint something black and then paint it white right after, and it's like total coverage, you know. Maybe sometimes every once in a while you have to do like 2 coats, but that's about it. But yeah, so hopefully that helps your friend. That's my my 2 cents, 5 cents, whatever we want to call it. You're in France right now. What time is it where I am? It is 8:48 a.m. And welcome. Bonjour. Bonjour. Okay, I got a 3-volt regulated adapter right here. Yeah, no problem. Anytime, my friend. Oh, yeah, and then we need to look at, okay, so. Let's see, how does this work? So curious. I think it says what the positive and the negative are, so. Somewhere around here. It doesn't say. It doesn't say which side's positive or negative. Let's see, an LED. What was this called again? Wait, what's the word for this again? Filament LED. Well, shoot. Maybe there's an FAQ. No, one has a hole and the other one doesn't. What is this particular? I had read this before. I just can't remember where the information was. One with the small hole or dimple and the other solid. The end with the hole is typically negative. Okay. Oh. You came to the app. I mean, it's not gonna hurt to hook it up wrong for a second, right? Solid is generally a positive side. Solid. Okay. The positive to the positive, and the negative to the negative. I trust my source. I don't, but we're gonna give it. Oh, nothing. Okay, let's give yours a try here. Oh, you were right. Okay, so negative is solid. Okay, let's give this a little twisty. Ooh. Very nice. That's pretty cool. That's intense. Be kind of like this. That's so cool to like see it glowing through the water like that. It's a lightsaber whip. Man, that's definitely oh, okay. I can see. All right, Looney Learner. We'll catch you later. Yeah, I went to bed at 3 a.m., so I feel you. Yeah, this is something I swear this is not something like super widely known or even used. Always desired to have some sort of light source like this. What a perfect project to experiment with it. This project's been full of new things and experiments. All my years of watching YouTubes have been paying off. And they said it'd never amount to anything. That's my music. Look, Looney Lorna. It's not the music, okay? Don't blame the music. That's not fair. It's the Lorna. That's what it is. It's the Looney Lorna. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so I kind of want to set this up how it's supposed to be. What was the term? What was that word of the day with the sleeping in? Okay, let's see. Is it positive? Urkel Durkel, there you go. That was it. Urkelin and Durkelin. Okay, now we'll do this side here. Wait, positive had the hole? Which one had the hole? Corey DAnimates is now officially in charge of keeping track of the positive and the negative of the extent of this project. If I wire this wrong, it is 100% your fault. From this moment forward. Positive, okay. Hole was positive. Getting that other side is always difficult. that would be this one. Actually, I just feed it through the hole. Even fits. That doesn't. That's a squirrely thing, man. Eh. I need to strip more. Have to do just like that. Okay, so then this one goes here. I think I bought some connectors. There has to be a disconnect. Oh, the switch. Or rocker switch. Astonishing. What astonishing word. Oh, I see. That was that one. A sunning hing. Those waves look a sunning hing. Oh, well, thank you. That's precisely what I was going for. Something. Okay, so then, okay, so we got the positive hooked up here to our switch. Right. Good. The negative. Okay, got a piece of negative here. Will be connected to the dragon. Okay, we're just doing a test, like a dry fitting. That's not the actual connecting of the lights. So we still need to figure out the base for the dragon part. So yeah, I definitely gave myself a lot of extra room here. So it'll be the negative side. Now the filament we're going to use to go back into the head a bit and hopefully kind of curl up here into the cranium where the eyes are, so we can get the eyes to glow off of the same light source. Pretty sure it'll work. Yeah, she's riding that wave. Okay. And the negative here. We'll cut these all down to size during the actual final fitting. For right now, we just want to make sure everything's functioning. Before we move forward. Okay, and then this one goes here. And then, okay, so this is hooked up to the positive side, which is coming through the base. And then this would hook up here to the plug-in. Oh no, there's one more step. We need a disconnect point. I think I have some in here. All right, this is the part we need here. This is a tiny disconnect or plug-in. So because we have two parts of this structure that are going to be removable, that they're going to be separated and shipped separate or shipped apart, then the client will have to put it together. This will have to be after it's reassembled. Then this plug-in has to happen here. That'll be that we're somewhere concealed in the connection point at the base. Just the negative side, not the positive side, is needed for this. So really, it's just the one side. I just don't have a one deal plug. So this gets connected to the negative. Wait. Oh, this, okay. The dragon, here. So from here. And then this goes to our plugin. The switch side, the positive side, is coming already through the base, and that's where the switch will be, and it's where the disconnect point will. It'll be before the disconnect point, so we don't need them both connected to the disconnect point. Just the positive, which is the wire that runs up the side into the dragon. This one goes here. And if we've done everything correctly, it shall work. And the switch will work too. Let's find out. Okay, let's make sure. Oh, okay, well that's a problem. So, okay, so we got the negative goes to our disconnect point and then goes up the dragon and connects to the end of the filament here. The positive goes through a switch into the bottom and then up, connecting to the other end of the filament. Okay, so look at that. And then they got the switch working. Wonderful. Little rocker switch. Okay, and then this would go more like Of course, it's extremely intense right now. We're going to lessen the intensity of it for the finished deal by kind of surround. Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. We know it works. Okay, so probably have to resculpt the roof of the mouth here. So yeah, we didn't make life easy on ourselves here. So what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to, if we want the eye to glow, we'll need to drill okay. We need to drill in through the middle of the eye and come down into the mouth. But I see some steel stick there, so that's gonna be fun. It would probably even be wise to Dremel out this cavity of the roof of the mouth all the way up kind of into the cranium, and then we come in straight to the side for the eyes. And then maybe use some C1 separator and then resculpt the mouth, roof of the mouth, and then bake it. And then we'll have like a little detachable, add some magnets and have a little detachable roof of the mouth door. So that way we leave access to the connection point of the bulb. Yeah, well, the wire goes into his throat here. So right there, and goes through there. So we're not going to deal with anything up there. We're just going to be dealing with kind of going straight up. So should be good. Okay, well, let's disconnect everything. And we'll get back to work on the other side of the piece, the other parts. Can an LED change? There's color changing LEDs, yeah. I've not really messed around with them too much, but I've always felt you're sacrificing something with a feature like color changing. And so if it's not something that needs to change its color, I never really kind of messed with it, Okay, so what we need to do is we need to get a piece of wood that's going to be the part that the dragon's attached to, and we need to engineer that piece of wood and get all the parts seated, kind of like how we have this right now, and then we can start designing around that part. So we're treating the water scene and the air scene as like two separate scenes that need to be finished, and then they can just go together essentially at the end with a nice meaty L bracket. It has to be a nice meaty L bracket because this is a lot of weight. So let me go scrounge into my wood pile. A good workshop must have a pile of wood, random wood. And it must be in a hard-to-reach area of the shop. Scale high and low for. Okay, let's see what we got here. I got some thicker plywood. Oh, here's a nice piece of, oops. Here's a nice piece of quality pine right now.
Listen closely, traveler, to what I say. Twitch Prime does not even cost a dime.
Twitch Prime does not even cost a dime. Hey, thank you so much. Give me 1 second to get back to my desk. Scrounging through a wood pile right now. Okay, that's a nice piece too. Okay, I might let me just grab this piece of plywood and this piece of wood. They're about the same thickness. I just wonder, maybe plywood might be better. Oh, but that might not be wide enough. You grab this piece. It's not as long, but much wider. All right. piece right there. There's also this piece of, I think it's a higher grade poplar or pine. Zorkius, thank you so much for the 9 months, my friend. I appreciate that. Thank you for supporting my work. I feel like the plywood would be more likely to stay consistent. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, now we need to figure out where the placement of the dragon is. And once we can know that, we can know where the wings have to go. And once we know that, we can know where to cut this piece of wood. Okay, I need to have a marker on hand ready to go here. Yeah, need to have a marker in hand and ready to go, I said. There we go. Okay, let's try this again. I said. Two holes there. Let's go ahead and drill those holes. Get I need a battery. A battery for the drill. Keep bumping into that light, man. Right in the noggin. Okay, now we want this drill bit to be very similar size to this. No, it's not gonna be squared off. It's gonna be more organically shaped, kind of like the bottom is. We're going to be doing some sort of kind of sky cloud effect. I think we'll probably use the cotton with the cast clay possibly to create some sort of like almost like emergence out of a cloud kind of thing. So not more of like a natural edge type of look. Okay, I think that should be good. I certainly didn't leave myself a lot of stem on this. Okay, let's see. Is it this way? No, it's this way. Yep. Yeah, I think that'll be once that's kind of flat back like that. Oh. Should have given myself one more armature wire there. Captain Hindsight strikes again. Yep. Okay, and then let's get the wings now. Okay. Where are the wings? Ah, right here. I just move this out of the way. Oop. Keep our light system over there. Kind of have to stay on this screen for this part, folks. Hope you don't mind. Just have to kind of figure out our logistics. A little bit of a engineering side. It's hard to do with the camera on my chest. Someone's taking a phone call. But the discomfort of the camera would enrich your future. Oh, it has. Oh, it has, my friend. How dare you use my own tools against me? You shall pay for this. I think the board might not be wide enough, unfortunately. We need, yeah, let's see. So this will tell us. I've got 2 points of contact for the armature on the wings. And we definitely want both engaged. So, okay, so. Yeah, this needs to be wider. Let me just get this marked so we can actually know what the width is. Before we start drilling more holes. Okay, so let's see. It's 10 inches at least minimum. Let's say 11 inches. I wonder if we can use this the other way. Yeah, exactly. It's tall enough. Let's see, we have 10 and a half inches to the hole. So let's just say 11. You need like an 11 by 11 square. Which this is 10. So it's too short that way. So it would be moving the holes down 1/2 inch. We just have to see. Let's see if that's would be problematic here. You know, that might actually work out. Okay, let's make sure I have enough. $11 inches, so 5.5 should be middle. Right about there. Okay. Let's drill those holes and see how it's looking. 2 inches taller? Yeah, I don't know. Let's just see before we go scrounging from our wood. Okay. I don't know. I think that's too short. Go back to the other one to see the difference. Yeah, I like that much better. Okay. It's okay. We'll find another piece. I'm sure I got one. Hopefully. This is OSB. This one might do the trick right here. This is the same. Wider. Ah, it's already stained. Look at that. Re-stained. Oh, look at that. Hey, look at that nice one right there. Okay, so let's just take this board. Since we're happy already with the size here, we can just stack it on top here. Yeah, it's literally the same. It's just an inch bigger, or an inch wider on each side. So stack it up. Then we'll use a sharp tool to just poke a hole. Okay, you can just barely see them. Let's drill those out. Okay. Very nice. Okay, so now we can move the water. We don't need this anymore. Well, for now. We definitely still need it. And we figure out the wing position now. I could see I have to do a little bit of sculpting to make these kind of seams match up, but that's okay. Oops. Let's give that a shot. Well, actually, no, you know what, let's do the other. Oh yeah, no. Let's get this drilled in there so we can match it up on the other side. Okay. 2 more holes. 2 more holes to drill. Need this to be a little over, just a smidge. Just a midge over. Okay, 1 second here. There we go. Raise the banner. Could even see cutting the board almost very much behind the dragon. So the dragon is the natural edge. And then just kind of doing this smoke water effect here at the like where the connection point is between the sky and the water. It's probably what will happen. No need to define a lot of the sky. It would look better. Okay, we'll get the other wing situated. But first, I must wheel the trash can to the curb, for it is The day of garbage is upon us. I'll be right back. My neighbor had already done it for me. How kind of them, huh? Very nice. Hey, what's up, Vampiric? Welcome. How you doing? What's this game? This is the Wizard Workshop Sculpting Simulator 2025. Welcome. In this game, you will be tasked with challenges from quests from random travelers to create magical monsters, creatures, and characters formulated out of nothing but smushy clay. Embrace the challenges of new projects and overcome obstacles and watch your creations come to life right before your eyes. Oh wait, no, we're not doing this. I'm not doing that camera right now. We'll do the camera once we actually are done with this logistical part. Okay, so that wing's looking good. How about you are the clay trying to escape the nefarious wizard's workshop before he bakes you? Or how about the story begins when you're browsing around on your character's browsing around on the internet and finds this mystical, magical sculpting place where a wizard is crafting his creations in front of you. You become entranced and enthralled by the atmosphere of the environment, and a spell is cast on you. And after 24 months of being subscribed to this wizard, you turn into a item of decoration in his workshop. And there you spend the rest of your days as an object, further creating the mystical atmosphere of the workshop and entrancing more unsuspecting people. The end. I wish there were probably an easier way to kind of measure this. Let's have to just eyeball it. I already did. Okay. Wisdoms are lost travelers. What have I done? Yeah. You have slain 20. By the time you become a wisdom bottle yourself, you have proactively contributed to the slaying of 24 fellows. It's precisely why the curse works. Guilty. You're guilty, Korvik. Put paints in the pin. Yeah, it's more of the pins on the wings are longer than the pins on the dragon, so you can't really push them down at the same time. So there's a little bit of eyeballing needed to be done here, but that's okay. We can fill any cavities and sculpt any inconsistencies here. Good luck. Yeah, right. So, all right, here we go. Okay. Well, the distance and structure, this one definitely much better. Raise the banner. I think I like that. This one would be more like that too. Okay, right there. Okay, caught it with my foot. The power of cast clay. Yes, nothing happened. Yes, and actually today we get to be in the practice room. It's kind of like a rehearsal, a little bit of a rehearsal situation. Okay, hold this. We need to move one side over. Some shifting is required here. Okay, really need a mechanical pencil there. Oh. Hey, Looper. All right, we'll catch you later. Getting them summer tires on, huh? Wonderful. There we go. Okay, and then we need this one to shift over. Here. this. Then we drew some more holes. Okay, let's see. Shall we? Did we do a good job? Oh, you know what? This. The hole now. I'll go all the way through. Oh no. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Let's try that again. I think it's more of just the. Oop, there we go. Really tight. Very good. Okay, now this piece. Oops. Oh, geez, excuse me. But of course, needs to be over just as. Oh, dropping alcohol everywhere. Okay. Needs to be just a smidge over. Definitely getting closer. I think it's just our middle part needs to be locked in a little bit better. I wish I had made the wires on the dragon part a little bit longer. That would have been nice. Okay. Little bit more hole drilling. We're almost there, folks. Okay. Okay, I think now we're actually lining up. Let's see. Now we're looking here. Ah. Hey, look at that. Now imagine too, when we have that light source, it's gonna illuminate all those dark areas that are created by the wings. So now we bring back our other part of the scene. Epic gestures. Now. Okay, we're gonna get just kind of a rough outline done here. But we're not gonna do any cutting just yet. We wanna really make sure design-wise this is gonna work out. And then we just have Kind of need to try to set this up. So I can really see it. Oh, let's see. I need to be taking a step back. Oh. Work's getting too big for the desk. Okay. Solder seal wire. What's that? Like you kind of wrap it around and you just use a heat gun and it like melts it and solders it or something? Like a pre-soldered impregnated wire. Okay, it's a tube. Let me grab a smaller L bracket and I'm gonna actually bring these together with an L bracket. Am I putting the bracket under the water or is it sitting on the shelf or table? I'll be putting it like under the whole thing. So like under the piece of wood that's under the water and then under the back of the wood like this, you know, so it'd be visible, but I think it'd just be stronger that way, so. That the only way this would come apart is the L bracket would have to break, you know. Right. Oh, jeez. Causing all kinds of problems over here. All right, here we go. Sorry about that. It's a little bit of a noisy day in the workshop. Sorry, folks. I have these really big, thick ones. I'll probably maybe even use 3 of them, to be honest. I'd rather over-engineer it. Good for extending wires. Oh, interesting. So I got these really thick. I used these for. I had some workshop shelving that I made pretty much just using these. I switched out of that shelving, but kept all the brackets. So. I think maybe we'll just put one in there just to kind of see where we're at. It'll be like this. Let me just get like just a little, all we need is like one screw, little short screw to hold it together. I just want to see it. Should have some short screws around here. Oh yeah, I forgot. I actually organized all my miscellaneous hardware into drawers. Let's go and just grab from there. Oh my goodness. Well, there goes the drawer with all the nails in it. Oh, that's future cnotbusch's problem. Oh, jeez. This is what happens when I operate on low amounts of sleep. Thanks, Jason. This is all your fault. Okay. Oh boy, don't have the bit. No, That's not very easy. Oh, yeah, it is. Future CNOT hates you. Yeah, he does. Alright, that's all we need is just one screw there, just so we can see. So it stands and we can see how it's going to look here before we make any drastic moves like cutting this piece of wood. We should test this out, to be honest. Just hanging on a wall. It has the option to. You can either stand on the desk or hang on the wall. You get the camera work focused here. Okay, let's see. The negative is the solid side or the holy side? Corey, I need you, Corey. Negative is whole side. Solid side, I think. No, positive is solid. Logically, positive would be solid because it's, you know, it's negative is missing something, so it has a hole in it, right? It's negative. That's a negative thing. This is the actual. Oh, dropped it. See, this is a little bit hard to test fit this little this little light here because it doesn't. Not easy to twist a wire around that. Yeah, this will be the board he's on, but we're gonna cut away all the, you know, right here at the top. This line here will be cut, and then along the sides here. So a lot of that negative space will be gone. I want to make sure it's how I want it to be before I do that cut. Okay, you stay right there, and you come here. Power source. There'll be a little bit of background, but not too much. Yeah. Oh. Uh-oh. Wrong way. Okay, so it's defies logic. The positive is the one with the hole, and the negative is the one without the hole. Solid. Solid is that was my first inclination too. I should have stick with your gut, man. It shall not lead you astray. Okay. Let's try this again. Actually, before I'm super careful about it, let's just see if we can get it to kind of... Oh, wait. I unplugged it. Oh, so I can't be having these touching here. Okay, that's it. Okay. List of the electrical materials for the robot class. I have to post the list, so don't worry. You don't. The only thing you need right now is the wire material. Just it could be any sort of electrical wire, but you know, a red and black usually, so you can run it into the frame. But wait, what's going on here? Oh, that's a pot. Okay. Oops. There we go. Ah, okay, there we go. Yeah, so you don't need the lights yet. We don't need the lights. So intense, man. I didn't expect this for only being 3 volt. Okay, so now we can... Let me take a blob of clay. Push it in there. Just for the sake of visualization here. Kind of like this, but without the excess. The excess will have to go into the dragon or into a little bit into the base and a little bit into the dragon. His whole face went blue. Oh. Let me see if there's a filter that's better for this. Oh, okay. No. It's gonna look cool. Okay, so now I'm going to do this. And I'm going to get up and I'm going to look at it. Oh. Yeah, it does. It illuminates the inside. Now, of course, we're going to lessen the intensity of this by building up kind of particle effects around this. I was thinking about even using like a clear drinking straw as a conduit to put the light through, and then that gives us like a structure to kind of build off of that's not directly attached to the light. All right, let me see. Yeah, that's cool. I could also order a shorter one. Let me see. I think it came in different sizes. Let's see. Blue. Flexible filament. 300 millimeter. So let's see. This is what we would need is for it to be probably about 7 inches, which is that in millimeters? Because I think this one's 12 inches, 7 inches. 177 millimeters. Right. Oh yeah, so 150 is 6 inches. Oh, 130. They have a 130 size. That might be too short. That would be 5.1 inches. Which would be, let's see here. It'd be like that. It might be enough, to be honest. I probably will order it, and then we can make that decision later. If we want to use the longer one or the shorter one. It has a direction. Okay, that's good to know. We'll have the direction of it so the light diodes are facing towards the project and not up towards the viewer. That'll help illuminate the whole thing. Okay, so the question is, do I like how this looks? Are we good enough to move forward with the cutting of that piece of wood? And I think the answer is a yes for that. I'd like to see that other wing a little bit higher, but I think that can shift around. Basically, what we want to do is we want to permanently attach the dragon to this piece of wood, but we want to make sure we do this in the right time. That's not going to be something that we're like, in hindsight, oh, I probably should have waited to attach that until I did such and such step. Which I'm wondering if, oh, that's something to really think about too. Okay. Oh, you know what? I think Nock talked about coming to pick this piece up. If he's coming to pick it up, I don't need to make it come apart. Because here's the thing, I can make the wiring detached so we can kind of remove these two, the bottom and the top half apart. But that would mean the filament would have to be somehow unpluggable. Not just the wiring, but also the filament, which, yeah, I don't think I want to do that. That would be tricky. The wiring and the painting before mounting. Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah, that's probably what needs to happen. Like that we paint the dragon, we paint the wings, then we mount it to the piece. Then we use epoxy clay or whatever to kind of fill in any gaps and get it in its final resting place. And then just kind of do touch-up paints on the areas that were done with the epoxy clay. But that way, most of the painting could be done while holding just the little parts of the dragon individually. I think that's right. Yeah, trying to paint it while it's all assembled and stuff would be a big pain in the butt. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this client is coming to my place to pick it up. I'll confirm that with him, and if that's the case, we're just gonna make it so it doesn't come apart. It's just gonna be a solid piece. Drive-through sculpture pickup. He's been here before. So Nock is the client. He's the one who commissioned the lich, if you remember that one. And when that one was finished, he came to town and came to get it. So he's gonna. I think he plans to do the same thing with this one. So better bring a van. This will fit in it's about the size of a passenger. You can fit it right in the passenger seat. I'll put the little seat belt over it, hold it in place. Okay, so yeah, that definitely, okay, so here's the question then. What do we need to do now? We need to cut this piece of wood down to size. Yeah, it would have to come apart if we were shipping it. At least it would be at least the wings. I think I would make the wings maybe detachable with like using some of that square tubing or something. Something like that. Cut the piece of wood. Then we need to work on the water side of the base. We can paint the little boat. Actually, we need to add to the boat. We need to still do more like work to the boat where we add like little splintered pieces of wood, and we need to make the sail and stuff like that. So figure all that stuff out. Do we do anything to the dragon right now other than just... I don't think so. I think the dragon just can be painted essentially at this point. Oh, unless we're going to make the eyes light up, then we need to figure that out. I have to do some Dremel work. Okay. All right. We have a direction. Let me go be right back for a minute, and then we're going to jump into some of this stuff. Actually, let me do the cut on this piece of wood. I'll go do that outside if it's not raining still. And then when I come back, I think we'll kind of switch gears and let's get to work on the maybe the boat, and maybe drumming out the roof of the mouth of the dragon, so we can get some light towards the eyes. So, all right, I'll be right back. All right. There's a rough kind of cut of that. Hammerhead shark. Looks good. I cut outside of my line so that way we can kind of hone it in. Didn't want to cut it exactly where the cutoff on things would be. Okay, so that's a lot of stuff we just figured out on this. I think, though, now... What do you use that? Oh, what do I use? Here, I'll show you. It's a battery-operated scroll saw. Yeah. If I had room, I would have one of the desk or the table band saws or scroll saws, but that doesn't make the best of what you have, right? Okay, so I think we're gonna switch to painting the mimic next. And there's some things I want to get done with this before we kind of move forward. First of all, I want to order a shorter LED filament between the dragon and the base. And I want to, I actually want to take this water here and like scrub it under hot water before kind of permanently attaching it to this base. And then also I need to do a lot of sanding on like this bottom piece of wood and stuff. And that's just boring off-stream stuff that we'll do. Oh, okay. So let's move this out of the way and we're going to switch to painting the mimic. Oh, okay. Come here, buddy. I believe the lights on the mimic are 12-volt lights. Okay, where do we leave off on this one? I think we were doing the washes on all the metals. Hey, what's up, Tiger Lily? Let me just clean this messy desk so we have space. Driblets. Time zone difference, eh? Where you so where you living now? Where'd you move to? Australia. Nice. Well, I'm not sure. I think I have evening streams on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. So evening for me. So you might be able to catch that at a reasonable time for you. I'm not sure what time it is in Australia. Actually, let's see. Let's just ask Google if it is 6 p.m. Central Time. What time is it in Australia? 10 a.m. Not bad. That's when I start. So 10 a.m. to usually like 3 or 4 hours in the evening. So like 10 to maybe 10 to 1, 10 to 2 your time. Yeah, right now it's 3 a.m. for you. So it's a... But on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, I do 2 streams. I do the morning stream, which is every day of the week, and then I do evening streams on those days as well. So that's what I could do. Well, I called for your aid, and you let me suffer. You had one job, Corey, and you let me down. I did indeed wire it wrong again. For I did not have your guidance. I figured it. Don't worry. All is well. We got everything logistically figured out on that piece, and now we got a few behind the scenes steps to do, and we'll get those done, so that way next week we can move forward with the bringing together of these 2 bases. Let me see. Falling Stars by Max LL. Not sure. Probably. I know we have that soundtrack. I don't know. Oh, Jotun? No, it's from Jotun, which is another game. Yeah, like a Viking-ish type of game. Jotunheim. Okay. Now we can breathe a little bit here. Let's Jotunheim. Yeah, but I think the game's name is Jotun. Just Jotun, like that. Justifiably so. No need to explain yourself here. I just like giving you. I give those I care about the most a hard time. That's just how it is. It's a good thing. Right, Bango Bongo? All that coming. Nah, I'm not predictable. The most unpredictable person you know. Okay, I think I actually already have the metal colors we need right here. Perfect. Okay, we got paper towel. Do we have water? Yes, but it's very dirty. Let's go get some fresh water, and then we'll get to painting our mimic friend here. Okay. Now this piece has lights in it as well. Let me get the 12-volt plugged in. Still very early in the painting stage on this one. Okay, so we left off doing this kind of wash on the metal here. Let's continue that. Ah, one thing I'm missing. My painting tray. Oh yeah, and I got these Joann's is going out of sale, and they had some paintbrushes for pretty cheap. Is it $2 for these? Look at that. Liquidation sale for art supplies. That's what I'm talking about. Pretty nice. Ooh, can feel the quality. New souls to join the eternal brush torment. I swear I saw my painting palette recently. Could be in my cart here. Not sure where my my fidget popper one is. It's probably staring me right in the face. I might just use a good old standard plastic one. Plastique. Maybe it's in here. I don't know. Okay. No brush maintenance? What? Hey, what? I'll show you I'll show you some brush maintenance here. Of course, there's brush maintenance. You want to see? So the way I maintain my brushes is, so after I get them used up with paint and I no longer need to use them or the color, I go like this. Wipe it on the pants. There you go. Good as new. That's my maintenance routine. Okay, I think we use walnut brown here for our wash color. No, I don't really buy. I don't buy any expensive brushes, as you see with my $2 purchase. And I use them, and I don't just leave them in paint or nothing. But once they start to kind of fray and get a little bit more on the non-usable side, they become used for other things in the workshop, like glue brushes or clay brushes. You know, you see, I'll use a lot of clay for like alcohol and using as a sculpting tool as opposed to as a paintbrush. So, or a dry brushing brush or whatever. Clean your brushes with alcohol. Let's see. Let's make our wash here. Wash it. And one more drip. Three drips should do it. Yeah, it's a little bit too thin. Yeah, of course. Yeah, you could just sometimes either your C2 brush you can just use, and then you don't even have to reapply the C2. You can just use the residual glue that's on the brush for a lot, for quite a while. Yeah, right. I can, man. 2 years feels like nothing nowadays. Might as well just say 2 months. 2 what? 2 days? Yeah, it's been a fast 2 days, I agree. Well, excuse me. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Yeah, we got this into the painting stage, and then it kind of had to get put on this into the sideline for a while. We've now been able to get back to it. Thank you. So the key with the teeth here is that it's actually a colored clay. It's translucent, translucent clay. So it has that like translucency that teeth really have. That's what makes it look, where the light kind of penetrates into the tooth just a little bit, you know. Hey, thank you, Mr. Ike. Translucent clay. So we're doing kind of this general wash over the metal parts, and then we'll go back in and do like a little bit thicker of a wash, but essentially pushing it into the darker areas. And then after that, we'll go back in with dry brushing a metallic colors to bring the highlights. So we're pushing the darks values in, and then we're going back and bringing out the highlights. Maybe we'll mess around with adding some rusty stuff. A little bit of rust. Maybe. I always imagine, yeah, maybe not rust, because I always imagine like a treasure chest being made out of a, well, no, yeah, maybe some rust. I could see like where the rivets and stuff, where it's metal on metal, doing some of that. We'll play around with it. See how it looks. The Beverage Goblin, hello. How are you? The Beverage Goblin. You met a dwarf, right? That's code word for a dwarf. Maybe a dwarvish insult or something. That'd be a beverage goblin there, my friend. I'm just a goblin that loves her drinks, yeah. Very good, very good. I gotta figure out how to attach this baked leaf to unbaked stem. I should have wrapped wire around the wire in the leaf with excess wire to wrap around the stem, but I didn't do that. So you have a leaf that's finished that has no armature in it whatsoever? Or is the armature only like going right to the end of the leaf and not enough left over to kind of wrap around? These are great learning moments, by the way. This happened to me so many times in the past. Hindsight moments. You could try and extend the wire by wrapping another, like kind of like putting another piece of wire, maybe stripping and removing the clay from the stem of the leaf and putting another piece of wire and kind of like tying it on with just twisting a really fine wire, really small wire to kind of bring the two pieces together. A little wire lengthening operation. No armature. Like the leaf has 0 armature. It's just okay. Yeah, ooh. Be nice. Okay, so maybe you can add an armature. So go on the underside of the leaf, the one that part you don't see as much. You can take a piece of wire, a real, a nice thin one, kind of like this gauge right here. This is like a 22 gauge. Twist it up, and then you can like kind of bend it and form it to the shape of the leaf. Okay, and then glue it on the bottom of the leaf, kind of where that center stem would normally be. And then you can cover up the wire using epoxy clay and just make it look like a chunkier stem. Make a mold of the leaf and add an armature to the leaves. Great. You could do it that way too. It's just, that's going to be a lot more work. I think you could just kind of rest the leaf on top of the wire and then just kind of super glue it in place so it stays in place while the epoxy clay sets. So we'll see you tomorrow, Scorpio Seb. No one's guaranteed tomorrow, my friend. Yeah. And then just use I wouldn't use steel stick to sculpt the stem. I would use Magic Sculpt or just a slower curing epoxy. So that way you have time to kind of work with it before it sets up. Yeah, it's a little bit too thin again. Let's add some more paint. Where do you live again? Where's that place you lived again? Just for future reference. I'm just gonna mark it here on this paper map for no particular reason. You have some epoxy, okay. Yeah, good. Yeah, so you super glue the wire and bend it in as close to the shape as you can get it, and then you kind of tack it in place with super glue. If you got the accelerator, that'll help make it quicker or easier. And then whatchamacallit? Then you use the epoxy clay and just sculpt the stem, and there you go. Oh, really? Bad storm? It's been just kind of like normal thunderstorming around here where I'm at. I'm in the Quad Cities, if you know where that is. Let's see. Get out of here. Wind advisory. Ooh. Yeah, it seems like most of it's past us now at this point. Which is a bummer because I went to one of my rain barrels and it was like not that much water in there, and I saw that there was like not much coming out of the gutter, which means, yep, exactly, beverage goblin. Yeah, I'm on the Illinois side, so. Good old Quad Cities. Oh yeah, look at that. There's a pretty nasty one to this. It's going south of us. Oh yeah, yeah, I love it here. It's a nice. Oh, okay, looks like we went. Okay, no. It drifted south. The real nasty stuff. It's like right below us, which is funny. Oh man, seems to always happen. I suppose me standing on top of my wizard tower and swinging around my staff and chanting is maybe like causing these storms to split. Like Saruman. What's that voice in the distance? Saruman. It's Saruman. Definitely very thankful the real nasty stuff misses us. Yeah, I heard the storms when they first came in last night. It's good, man. Definitely need the rain. Need that water. The garden is quite thirsty. Hey. I have. Welcome. Welcome back. It came up in your feed. The algorithm hath chosen me for you. We were destined to be together. Don't deny your destiny. Well, I appreciate you stopping in and saying, hey, how have you been? The dragon, we figured out the logistics of the backboard, and we cut it out. And we ran the lights, like test fitted, and made sure everything was working. Everything's looking good. And so what we need to do next is off stream. I'm going to take the water, the wave, and I'm going to take it under some hot water and just kind of give it a good scrubbing before we move on to the next step. And yeah, trying to think what else. Oh, and sanding. I need to sand the edge of the base. So this one wasn't a commission. This was a project I was doing for a class, but it is it's an acquired piece. So there's someone it's going to once it's finished. So I taught a class on how to turn a regular box or chest into a mimic. This could be one of the classes I could see redoing, you know, with all the, I guess, experience that I've gained since then. And it's just a really nicely repeatable piece or idea. And I don't think we even have this class anymore because it was on Teach, so I would like to reshoot it possibly. No, not 2 years in the making. No, there was a long stretch of time where there wasn't any work being done on it, so I don't consider that 2 years in the making. You make it seem like I've been working on it for 2 years. It's not the case. Okay then. Yeah. Yeah, we'd finished the sculpting on this a while ago, and then had to sideline it for a while before continuing to the paint. Yeah, right. Hey, the fat. Thank you. Today's kingdom word of the day is iterum. Iterum. The Latin adverb iterum, meaning again, a second time, or once more. CNOT has returned to the mimic iterum. Interesting. Iterum. My life is an interim. And if we don't grow and learn from lessons, we're doomed to repeat them. That's definitely a true thing right there. But life in general is kind of an interim, isn't it? Yep, we're good. We're good to go. Be working on the probably the Belrog pillar. Getting that one established so we can kind of bring them all three together with probably, get them all three on there, and then we'll kind of fine tune them all three together. We'll probably work with get the lights worked out a little bit more. I ordered more of that fiber optic size, that fiber optic cable size. So, hey, how you doing there, Blackthorn? How's it going, my friend? And then we'll be very closely to the painting stage. I'd say maybe 1 or 2 more weeks of sculpting stage left before we're starting to do the paint. I have a lot of upcoming paint work. Gotta get you some of the activator spray. Yeah, that's a great time for it when you're doing something like what you're doing right now. Oops. Yeah, me too. You guys and me too. Hey, what's up, Lucas? Saludos from Colombia. Hello. Hello from Colombia. Let's remove the mouse here. Good hedge to hide in. Good hiding hedge. Oops. Okay, so we've gotten coverage over everything. Now we're gonna go back in and really darken some areas that we want to be a little bit darker. Let's do. We can blend the edge by using the paper towel, or we can get a slightly damp brush here. We can just kind of do something like this. No, it's a shock horror. Shock horror. If you'll see him pop into the chat. Hey, thanks, Agent. Agent 109. $2014. Time just sure moves, doesn't it? It's like it just doesn't stop, right? Just keeps on going. What's going on around here? Yeah, I know, it's crazy. I just think I started streaming in 2011. Yeah, it's more common to catch the actual sculpting bit, because that just takes more time. It takes longer to sculpt something than it does to paint it. Okay, we're gonna have to leave that there for now, folks. I have to get out of here. Usually I do a longer morning stream, but on Wednesday. But today I got some other stuff I gotta get done. Plus, I was up till like 3 a.m. last night talking to Jason on his stream. Talking shop. So I probably need to take a nap before Emma's dance class later. But anyways, hey, thank you everybody for joining me. I'll be back on tomorrow morning. We'll be working on Morgoth. Pushing that one through to trying to get that one pushed through to the finish line. And in the evening stream, we'll be working on Captain Sabretooth, who is also in the finishing stages of creation. Both those pieces, we just need to finish the base, and then we're into the paint. So it'd be nice if we can get them both into the painting stage by the end of this week. Skip the nap in a minute. I probably will, actually. Because there's lots to do. I'm not sure there's time for naps. Alright, let's see here. It was a worthwhile sacrifice of sleep time to connect with Jason like that. Did a lot of... No, Emma has dance or ballet class Wednesday evenings, so there's no Wednesday evening streams until she's not doing ballet, doing something else. We'll see. But okay, let's see, who do we got online today? Let's go raid Glad Sask. Doing some sculpture work. Yeah, glad you could join into their agent. We'll see you around, I'm sure. All right. You'll be back. Yeah, so the chest will work on Wednesdays. So you just have to tune in on Wednesdays to see progress. And that's whenever we get to stopping points on the Blue Dragon, that's when we work on the chest. So yeah. All right, let's get this going here. She's cool. Yeah, she is. A Deutschlandish sculptor. All right, folks. Till next time. Bye-bye.